Prepare, respond, survive. When seconds count, train with the best. FireFacilities, custom steel towers built for real-world fire training. Be ready, be resilient.
All right. My name is Jerry Knapp. Welcome to a new podcast for fire engineering. This is called Two Vollies and a Guest. My co-host Tim Pillsworth and I will moderate this show, and the focus is to have a guest that is a subject matter expert, and our topics are going to be focused around things you need to know at your next alarm. So very practical, Fireground oriented things, and we'll talk more about that in just a minute. So here's the other volley of Two Vollies and a Guest, Tim Pillsworth.
Hey, thanks, Jerry. I'm Tim Pillsworth. Jerry will introduce himself. I'll introduce myself first. I've been involved in volunteer fire service since '86, so I guess I'm a little bit older. I'm currently a firefighter EMT in the Orange Lake Fire District, Winona Lake Station, Engine Company number 2 in the town of Newburgh, New York. I was chief there for a number of years, moved away, came back, downsized. The kids are out on their own. Right now, we're just a busy suburban department. My outdoor life, I'm an engineer. I'm a facilities engineer at the U.S. Mint. And in the past, I've did a lot of work with fire engineering. The one thing I know we'll probably talk about is how the importance of fire engineering to us, FDIC, and basically sharing knowledge. Bill Gutson, always be a student. I know we'll probably talk about him more than once during these podcasts, but that's something that's important. And everything we've done over the years, all the articles we've published, we've always passed them back and forth. Jerry and I, we've been writing articles since 03, 05, something like that. And we've always kind of stayed on the technical side. I've got some leadership, so does he. But this podcast is going to be basically on technical stuff, that alarms that we've run into that we know could affect you, and get smart people to share their knowledge, that they share their knowledge with us, that we can share with you.
So again, Two Vollies and a Guest to be focused on tactical and strategic things that you can use at your next alarm. I've been really fortunate, been in the fire service for 50 years here in Rockland County, New York. I'm a former paramedic. Recently, I was on one of the UL Tech panels, the Fire Attack Study panel, where I met a lot of great people and I learned a lot from 24 other kind of students of the game, like Bill Guston always said. Been fortunate. I had a great career, 33 years working for the Army as a civilian. Learned a lot. Came in as a college student that knew everything, and found out that I had a lot of good mentors, and we'll share some of that stuff with you. But like Tim said, most of this is going to be technical for Two Vollies and a Guest. We'll focus on the expertise of the guest that we have. Recently, I've been running around the country doing my tactical response to natural gas emergencies. Timmy and I did that 4 times at FDIC last year, and the classes were filled. And like Tim said, a lot of what we're going to share with you is what we've learned from FDIC or learned from writing magazine articles. It's just a great field to get into, and I'd encourage anybody to jump into that. Tim, you want to talk about some of the topics that we will be talking about and having guests on?
Yeah, we're going to do this monthly, and this is just the first intro to show basically what we're going to be doing. It's going to be a short podcast, and the other ones, the first one coming up will be on CSST gas piping. We met these 2 wonderful women at FDIC last year, and their story is both heartbreaking and invigorating. They both lost their husbands to a natural gas-fed fire because of this pipe, and they're on this crusade to help the fire service, and they're just, Celeste and Sarah, we talk about them, they're rock stars, just the way they carry themselves, and we had the honor to meet them. And then at the instructor's dinner at the Slippery Noodle, you got to go to FDIC and go to the instructor's dinner. We sat back, had a bite to eat, had a cold beer, just talked to them, got to know them personally, and it was just amazing what they're doing. Another ones we're talking about, Jerry and I, if you don't know, have done a lot of work on nozzles and hose and nozzle reactions. My old department, I lived in Washingtonville for a number of years. I basically put a whole nozzle package together for them, where we had a variation. We had, I'm a smooth bore person, but we had some 75 PSI fog nozzles for the trash lines and like that. We switched to all one system. one nozzle pressure makes it easier. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about building construction. Got some great friends out there to bring it in that. Hazmat. I know Jerry's going to bring in some hazmat stuff, and not to the hazmat stuff where you're going to be in a hazmat team, but what to worry about when you get that call. If everyone goes back to, the early 2000s, the white powder incidents. I was assistant chief at the time, and I owned the first false positive anthrax test in Orange County. It came in a toll plaza for the thruway, and they came back with the test. I'm like, yeah, they come back. Oh, yeah. Hey, chief, it's a positive. I'm like, so what do you want us to do? And my next question, the hazmat guy, was, what you tell me what I want to do. Those are the type of stuff that you run into a call either as an officer or a firefighter, where that little bit of knowledge, what happens, can mean a matter of a lot, especially with the natural gas. My house got struck by lightning when I was assistant chief. I was home. The spark out of the outlet stopped my watch. It lit up my laundry room. Thankfully, I was home. I was able to put the fire out. The damage internally, electrically, was just astonishing. And when we talk about the power of lightning, they're going to describe their husband's fires, what they perished at. Sadly, it was an indirect hit. The pipe arced. It created a gas leak in a confined space. It killed them. And that's just the next one we're talking about. So these type of discussions can be used at an alarm that you might get toned out to in 5 minutes or 5 years. And just hopefully going to take that little bit of knowledge and put in your head, like, I've heard of this before. Maybe I need to think about something different. Because we both had Jerry's near miss is much worse than mine, but we don't want to hear about a near miss or, God forbid, worse.
Yeah, we'll do a couple of shows on tactical response to explosive gases. Propane and natural gas are two of the most common. We'll bone you up on how to read your instrument and some basic tactical procedures that we found through kind of accident. Response to explosive gases is a weak spot in all of our training. It's just a weak spot in our training. We skim over it. We often don't know how to use our 4-gas meter. We often don't know the difference between a 4-gas and an explosive gas detector. So real practical stuff that you'll be seeing that can go, oh, yeah, okay, I can take that to my next alarm. So I think that'll be good. Tim mentioned the two ladies that approached us, Celeste Flynn and Sarah Laird. I think that the next show you'll find to be really, really interesting with those two as guests. And again, a lot of tactical stuff there as well. We'll talk a little bit about hazmat, and like Tim said, we're not going to get deep into it, but the key with hazmat is there's a but. You have to know what the but is. The instruments tell me this, but can it see that? Is it being fooled by something else? Do I really have a good reading? So some real first alarm type hazmat things. Do I need a hazmat team? Can I handle this myself? What PPE is required? So real tactical stuff, real fun, what we call fun stuff, on the Fireground. We're going to try to stay away from recruiting and retention and all those kind of shenanigans, the soft things. Critically important, but stuff you need to know when you're stepping up on the, you're getting into, I was going to say the jump seat, but into the seat, the front right seat, especially, and especially for firefighters, guys that are riding backwards. Key things that you have to know. So, Tim, I think that's probably a quick, good introduction. I don't know. We need to talk much more about that, right?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, like you mentioned, the idea of the front right seat, especially in the volunteer service, it might not be an officer in a front right seat. It might be the senior man going in and the importance of the senior man. But then also even not being an officer and being that seat, it's not just running the siren and clicking on the radio. You have to learn how to do stuff and just having some knowledge. For everybody out there who has not attended something like an FDIC, I highly recommend it. I've been going since, Jerry, what's the first year I taught there? Was it 15? I've been going about 10 years now. You've been going a lot longer. I've had fortunate, and I'm very thankful that fire engineering brings me back there and lets me instruct. I find it to be an honor. And, Jerry can laugh at me as I reach. I'm starting to put together the binder for the book. So everything's printed out. Jerry's written a couple books. We're both in the training manual. And the biggest thing, hopefully, is with this podcast as well as others, continue to be a student of the fire service. there's so many smart people out there, a lot smarter than we are, that can offer you something. Read the magazines, go to the website, go into the archives where we'll probably bring up Andy's name more than a couple dozen times. Little drops of water. I just reread the book of Andy a couple months ago, and it was like reading those articles for the first time again since we lost him. It was a very happy time reading him, a little bit sad, since he's not with us anymore. But you read those articles from years ago, and they stayed true today. So being a student and the people, the experts we're bringing on, I don't know about you, Jerry, but we're going to be learning as much talking to them as everybody else watching this podcast.
Yeah, and again, we'll draw their information from those experts, and we'll be able to put in a little bit, on the side there and round it out. And we'll try to keep these to about 30 minutes, and this one's going to be real short. This one's going to be less than 15 minutes. So we'll give you some hardcore information, and that's the goal. 2 volleys and a guest. Our goal is to give you some tactical information that you can use at your next alarm. So I think, Tim, we'll cut it off there. Just a real short introduction, say hi to everybody. And next show will be, the guests will be 2 guests, Celeste Flynn and Sarah Laird. 2 of the toughest women I ever met, lost their husbands in both line of duty deaths, and have pushed on through the fire service and pushed on through the grief to turn it into something positive and prevent other line of duty deaths from this corrugated stainless steel tubing. So we'll not only be talking about hazards, but we'll talk about positive tactics that you can use for not only this, but obviously all the other topics and alarms we're talking about. So I thank you for tuning in. We'll make this a real shorty, and we look forward to seeing you, or at least have you listening to us, 2 volleys and a guest, at our next podcast.
Thank you very much, and everybody, just be safe when you go to the alarms. Be smart.
Prepare, respond, survive. When seconds count, train with the best. FireFacilities, custom steel towers built for real-world fire training. Be ready, be resilient.